How did Joe Tan? It's very strange. Actually my name is just Joe. I don't know why. My surname is in here as well. In case you don't know what my name is. Joe Tan. Okay, it's just Joe. Okay. Haha. What is Joe Tan's fort about? Okay, I've been asked this question numerous times by Zhi Jian over the course of developing this script. What is it about? I suppose it's about identity, it's about home, it's looking for a place or a body almost where you can sit in and feel that you belong and that you're comfortable and that you can be who you are. And I think that's something that a lot of us all over the world, not just Singaporeans, but I would say still, especially Singaporeans, that's something that we lack. We lack that ability to sit somewhere in our own bodies, in our own voices, in our own languages, and just call ourselves comfortable and at ease. So yeah, it's about belonging, it's about home. Not bad, right? I've been rehearsing that answer for I think about 2 years now. What is Joe Tan's fort inspired by? Inspired, well, I suppose I was traumatized into writing it when I went to study clown in France. And I was sort of like the sole Singaporean anybody there had met in their lives. And I had to try to explain who I was and try to define what Singapore was and what I was. And it was, I realized that I didn't know. I wanted to be so many things. I wanted to be really westernized. I wanted to be really cosmopolitan. I wanted to, at the same time, retain bits of my oriental identity because that was considered exotic and attractive. And at the end of it, I wanted to sort of like pick the best of the stereotypes that people had of Singaporeans in their heads, if they had any concept of Singaporeans at all. At the same time, I didn't know actually what a Singaporean to me was. Yeah, so I suppose that was what inspired me, or rather traumatized me, into writing fort. Okay, never mind, we'll go back to this one later. How has Joe Tan's experience been under Watch This Space? I mean, it's really good. I've eaten a lot of food at a Muji cafe. Because that's where Zhi Jian likes to meet and have his meetings. I think the taro milk tea is really nice. But aside from that, it's really, I think I've learned a lot about the craft of playwriting. I hope I retain it because there are certain pieces that I still am working on, continuing to work on after having gone through the Watch This Space process. I think I've developed something that has sort of been fine-tuned to say what I want to say, so that I was able to answer the first question where I wouldn't have been able to do so before. And I think I've learned a bunch, and I really hope that I am able to continue sharing what I feel are important questions that Singaporeans or the wider audience will need to ask. Let's go back to this one. Speaking of questions, how did Joe Tan develop fort? It's a very long process actually. So after being traumatized into sort of like conceptualizing it, then it was kind of floating around in my head for a long time as to whether or not I wanted to do anything with it. And then I saw on this email group this notice saying, oh okay, Huzir Sulaiman is having a playwriting workshop, I think 2-week no, it's like actually a 6-week playwriting workshop. So every week we would meet once and keep developing a script, and the fellow playwrights would help you read it. And I was like, okay, let's try that. I've never tried playwriting before I went for that, and people seemed to quite like it. Like, it was quite a funny, it was funny script. That's what they thought at the time. It read like a sitcom because of course I would develop it over episodes, over like every week that I went to meet these people. And then I had this product, so I decided, okay, I'm going to send it out to M1 Fringe Festival, which was asking for applications, and I'm going to send it out to Saga Seed's Seed Incubator Program. So I did that. It got accepted to Saga Seed first, and then Lian Sheng, Wang Lian Sheng, was a playwright who was helping with the program, as well as Jean Tay offered me some feedback on that. It got a stage reading with people who are now no longer in Singapore, including Li Ting, the director, as well as Tim Wei, a fantastic actress who's now back in Taiwan, Mitchell Lagos, who's now in Australia, so an international cast, and of course Candice De Rosario and one more person, Yikai, yeah. So they helped me read that, and then Sean Tobin said it was accepted into the M1 Fringe Festival after he watched the reading of that, and that was staged, starring Ethel Yap, Jamil Schultz, with a small part for myself, Ting Wei again, and Joanna Pilgrim, who is also now in Hong Kong. So yes, for some reason my play sends people overseas. I guess that's a good thing. And that was performed, and then halfway while we were rehearsing through that, Zijian told me that he wanted to develop it for Watch This Space, and he actually helped me develop it even for the M1 staging, which I'm very grateful for. So it was staged, didn't get reviewed by the Straits Times because it's like Akshita Nanda was very busy like watching 10,000 other things, but got like 15,000 reviews from the trainee reviewers at Arts Equator, I think, like very, very different reviews. So then I continued to develop it under Watch This Space, and I now have this product which Zijian said I should make into a one-woman show. So here I am, the one woman, and I will be presenting my show called FORKED. Wow, that was a long answer to a short question. I'm gonna shorten the answers now. What challenges did Zhou Tan face when writing FORKED? Yeah,